fantasy is over. Come back to reality.
Creatures condemned to dwell in the void between the worlds. One who wakes shall be given 3 wishes. Upon the granting of the 3rd, the unholy legions shall be freed upon the earth. Fear one thing only in all that is. Fear.
I remember when I first saw Street Fighter, and I was like, wow, I was really so into it because, we were huge fans. And the first movie came out, and we was all like trying to get it. So I finally got the copy, and it was like 1994. And I was just like, yo, that scene alone with Chong Li versus, it was called Balrog, but in America his name is Vega, and they were fighting. But before they started fighting, Chong Li came out the shower, and she like turned on this radio, and this song came on, and I heard this song, and I was like, that's a pretty interesting song. And it was very good. I loved the way the song was going. And of course I don't understand Japanese, so but the music I really got in tune with, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, I gotta make a song close to this.
Whoa.
that's when I called my good friend Eric. I said, I had to make a song. I try to do this song. I'm really into this. He was like, all right. So he came by, and we were learning the pattern. I showed him the movie and about the song, and we came close to it. We came very damn close to it.
What's next?
Hey, Fly. Yes, you can still participate in this as well. What? Okay.
Joyful moments where I see life as today. Clearful moments as the secret whispers never have you to this day. The clear blue skies will remain the same. Her lovely eyes, her kiss as sweet as the day. Cloud breeze heaven as soft as can be. The smoothest smiles will ever chase you in every way. The darkest hours I have to brighten your day. Favor I never leave at the moment of my time. Favor I cherish you every moment of my life. Favor I. Depression thoughts is always a waste of time. Fulfill my moments in my whole life. The greatest lovers you never seen them here today. The cheerful lovers are always here to stay. But the favor I never leave at the moment of my time. Favor I cherish you every moment of my life. Favor calling you every moment till the end of time. Favor never leave at the moment of my time. Favor calling you every moment to the end of time. Favor cherish you every moment of my life. Faithful up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Bag it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity.
dark passion of love. You say you got it going on, my dear lover. Don't think so, that's wrong. With your deep love, breathtaking love. How smooth is your skin? Let's take our clothes off. You say that I will remain. You take the passion to pleasure, love my pain, and I saw that you really love licking your body, the pleasure that gives up. With your deep love, how deep love.
All right, the year is, I want to say 2007, 2006 maybe. And I'm a high school kid, and some of my friends and I, we were just trying to go to a local show, trying to see what what we're all about, and like just kind of like the scene, because see, back then we were trying to find local bands. We were just trying to see what's next, what's out there. And so we had our friend who was good friends with a band member named Pete. This guy was in a band called Under My X. And so I can't remember the place, but I want to say it's somewhere super downtown, probably like close to Bowery. And we were down there, and the opening act does their thing, and it was amazing, it was cool, and then this band comes in. And so I see just this white guy as a drummer, and then this other white guy guitarist, whatever. So we're like, all right, cool, this is cool. You just see this big black guy just walking in on stage, and it was like, whoa, what's happening here? We didn't know what we were gonna expect, right? And so as soon as the music started playing, it was good, and then his vocals just came out. That's the first time I heard Bern, man, and it was just like, whoa, this is new, this is different. And remember, this is before the Kill Switch era and like all that stuff. So you even have Howie back then, like kind of leading that in that aspect. And so it was just encouraging to me to see that. And like my friend who's a black guy who loved metal, and he stood out right in that scene. Just seeing that on stage was just like such a different presence. And so just like the growls, the singing, like he had it all. And it kind of inspired me to just like, whoa, I want to go on this trajectory, I want to go there. sooner or later, we actually got into the same building that they used to rehearse in, and we started a music studio there in that building. And I didn't know that it was the same building until maybe like a year or two in, where we were just like, wait a minute, we saw this band years later before, and that was just incredible. Just the stuff that he's let out before. Huge fan of the album, and then even the stuff that he's doing now is just like, I'm glad that he's still continuing this from all those years ago. I mean, I was young, I was in high school, and he's still doing his stuff. So that's what I gotta say about Bern.
When I called you at night, you get upset and start to cry. How many times I tried to tell you I love you and please don't sign. It was dark that night. I couldn't tell my feelings just hide, rushing out my sight. You left me there when I'll say goodbye. Why do I always think it's unfair? Why do I suffer, stop and stare? Why do I feel like you don't even care? All I know, I faded right there. I feel like it's always me. I made my bed and I have to leave. You never believe my words. You never show me that it still hurts. I try to save this pain. It makes me stronger day by day. You said you would never change. Well, I'm tired of you saying the same fucking thing. Why do I always think it's unfair? Why do I suffer, stop and stare? Why do I feel like you don't even care? All I know, I feel it right there. I feel it right
My thoughts on Bern being an artist. I think it's wonderful. I feel like you're a great artist. You know how to
no,
express
don't talk to me like you talking to me. Pretend like I'm
I see
somebody
it.
else.
I got you. Bern is a great artist. He knows how to express himself in many different forms, you know. But he should always be an artist. He was born for this. Bern, you are born for this. All right. I think that's all I got.
inside. My heart is broken outside. Dear God, I have no faith right now. Dear God, there's no escape right now. But my tears are back inside. My heart is broken outside. Thank you.
So when we first met, that was way back in 2012, about. I just left my first band, and a mutual friend of ours, Juju, was like, "Hey man, I know a guy that sings pretty good. Let's try him out." All right, so we met this guy, big bulky guy, a lot of tattoos. Was I intimidated? Maybe a little bit. He was like, "Hey man, what's up? I'm Bern." I was like, "Hey man, I'm Charlie. Nice to meet you." He's like, "Yeah, bro. Can't wait to play music with you." I was like, "Okay, let's do this." So I'm like, okay, seems like a cool dude. We jammed. We had a good jam session. I thought this could work. He had pretty good vocals. Maybe 2 weeks later, after we get to know each other more, Juju tells me his real name. He didn't look so tough anymore after I heard that. People who don't know, his name is Bernard Norman. And the toughness and the tattoos kind of just faded away. I wasn't intimidated by him no more. But he's a great dude. No more intimidation. It was just all work, music. It was a great time with Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of our dreams. Here we go, now,
I think it was, what year it was? It probably was 2003. I remember 2003. So I was with my ex-girlfriend, and my best friend, one of my best friends, called me, and she was like, "Hey, did you hear on 92.K Rock?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" She was like, "Corn, it's going to be free at CBGB's." And I was like, "What?" So I called everyone that I knew, called the bandmates, called the girlfriend, and called all my other friends. And I should have said something to be like to get off of work early, but my stupid ass, I didn't say nothing to get off of work early. But anyway, so everybody's already down there. They're down at CBGB's. Everybody's there. And I'm like, bro, okay, cool. So I get there. I'm in a suit and tie. I came from work. You know, I used to work in a copy operator. If you don't know what a copy operator is, it's somebody make copies in a law firm. You know, they have their own private copy center. So, after all that happened, everybody's like, "Oh, where are you? You coming? Whatever, whatever." And I said, "I'm on my way." But I didn't get off of work till like 6 o'clock because I had to finish the project what I started. And I didn't want to leave nobody with it because that's kind of hard to do. But anyway, so now I get down there. Hurry up, get down there. Mind you, I'm in Midtown going all the way to the Village. It's kind of hard, especially on trains. And it's still kind of like a rush hours at the time. So I'm getting there, I'm rushing there, I'm doing my best to get there. And then the worst part about it starts to rain. So I'm like, all right, I get there, the doors are closed. No. So I'm like, all right, okay. So now I'm outside thinking possibly if I can get in, you know, and I'm outside and I'm sad. So I'm so sad because I'm a Korn fan. None of the rest of the guys aren't Korn fans. I'm like the head Korn fan. So I'm outside and it's soaking rain. I'm soaking in the rain and I'm standing there thinking there's a possibility I'm gonna get in, and I never got in. I went across the street to get a hot dog in the rain, and I look across the street. It was three people, and they got in. And I was like, what the fuck? So I got so mad, I went home. I just went home. I went home. More likely, my boy called me. "Oh, you should have been there." Oh, they pissed me off. "Oh, you should have been there. You would have had fun. Blah, blah, blah." You know, I heard the capacity was over the capacity. People were cramped up. Can you imagine being like that in the CBGBs? It was cramped. Everybody was cramped up in there. I heard it was a bit of a hell. My girlfriend comes home. Oh, I had a beautiful time. It was crazy. Joe had to protect us because of certain people in there were like, you know, going crazy. Joe tells me, when I see Joe, he tells me, girl on the floor had grabbed his nuts, and he was like, "What the fuck is that?" And he looked down and there was a girl on the floor, and people didn't care. They stomped on her, so she had to do that to get his attention, which I can understand. So he lifted her up and, you know, he helped her out and whatever, and okay, that was it. So a few months later, I look up, no, I think I brought that Korn album, and they had this thing, a little whatever, because it's funny, we was in Hammerstein, and we just finished seeing Korn, and I saw Dave throw his tons of sticks, his drumsticks, to the drum set. And Hammerstein, you got to be on time. You got to get off the stage. You can't do no like last minutes, whatever, no encore, no nothing, because they have a contract where you just got to shut it down. You know, I already know about that. So, sorry. So,
we just saw Korn, and then Korn wanted to give us a free show. That's why, because of that incident. 'Cause I saw what happened. So now Korn wanted to give us a free show, and I missed it. Me! I'm so mad. Now, getting back to what I brought, the album, they always have this extra video or whatever. Popped the video on the DVD, watched it. It's the CBGB thing. Oh, you son of a bitch. So I'm watching this and the CBGBs, and they talking about how they came there, giving a free show, talking. And long and behold, I see Joe. Then I see Pete. Then I see my ex-girlfriend, Guess, hugging on Jonathan Davis. Oh yeah. You think that didn't piss me off when I missed the show? Or that pissed me off more when I saw all of that? My chance to meet them?
Everything I never mentioned it before that back then my mother had did something to me, and it really gave me so much emotions, anger, more anger. We were poor back then, and I had my mother went somewhere, I don't know where she went, and a friend of ours asked us, no, came down the friend came downstairs. I opened the door, and she was like, "You want something from the store or anything?" We was like, "Yeah." We ain't had nothing to eat, milk and stuff, and wanted for the cereal. She was like, "I can give you money. Just go to the store, get it, and, that's it." Oh, okay. Now, in my head, I'm thinking my mother had told her something to help us out and whatever, and that was it. I let her in the house with Muffin, my sister, and I come back, and I don't remember if I gave her change from the store or whatever. Well, anyway, regardless. So a few hours later, my mother comes back in the house, and I told her who was here. So she goes in the room and she screams. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was like a grant missing. Or was it a grant and a half? Like 1,500. It was missing out of her hat. At this time, I didn't know it was out of the hat. I didn't know she had that money, period. It wasn't none of my business, I guess. And of course, mother's hiding the money. So I went to my grandmother's. And I guess Muff went to her grandmother's too at the time. So I guess whenever another moment happened again, I let that same person in the house to get what we needed. And I did it again, whatever. And then I told my mother again that this person was in the house. So of course, she got very angry with me, I thought these people that we knew in the building was kind of like family. I didn't know at the time this person was going to do this to us. And I was a kid. I didn't know no better at the time. Okay. A week went by. Muffin was in the house. I think I was on punishment. And my mother called me in the room. So she called me in the room, told me to sit down, and close the door. I'm thinking I'm going to get an ass whipping like I normally do, or an extra punishment or whatever. Because I used to be on punishment for months. And she did that for having me watching Muffin so she can do what she needs to do. So I turned around. I'm waiting to get I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get my ass whipped, whatever. So it wasn't an ass whipping. She did something that I will never forget. And not a lot of people in my family knew about this. She pulls a Silver Colt 38 in my face. Don't ask me how I know exactly what the gun was. And I'm looking right at the barrel of this gun, dead in my face. And I clearly remember her saying, "You let another motherfucker in this house again, and this is the next thing you'll see. Don't you ever let this person in my house again." And I'm sitting there. I'm not scared. But I remember being deeply hurt by this. This is someone that's supposed to be my mother. And she pulls a gun dead in my face? It didn't even scare me. I was just so hurt. And I was furious. I'll never forget how furious I was inside. Now I need to do something. But I was still a kid. I was in my teens. I said either I run away Go to someone else's house. I can't do this no more being here with her. I can't. My mother wasn't the type of person that talked to you, sit down and talk to you. She yells, scream, curse, yell, and yell, and yell. And I'm just like, I got to a point where I'm just like, yo, could you like ask me to sit down and talk instead of yelling and screaming? And then she would put me on punishment for months. Not a month, not a week or a day or 2 or 3 months. I got friends that can tell you and prove to you about what she did. Like, they know, because they used to, hey, can you come out, or are you on punishment again? Used to talk to me through the window. I used to have, I couldn't even have friends in the house. I had the conversations through the window. I'm not lying. So, yeah, it was... I'm not ashamed to tell this. It was just a pretty fucked up moment. And I'm surprised I'm not a messed up person as I should have been, as much as what I went through, you know. But don't get me wrong, I love the woman though. I love my mother when she passed away, and thank God I was there for it, not leaving my sister alone with that. I'm just happy I was there when it happened. Because I think my sister would have hated me if she would have been alone on that. Then again, I don't know, but I don't want to know. I'm just happy I was there, you know.
Yeah, Bern. So, I mean, first, I kind of knew him as this dude who walked into our practice. Charlie keeps bringing random ass people in. You know, they come in, some stay, some don't, but Bern actually stayed and was like one of our first like singers that kind of clicked with us, and it was dope. Creative impacts. It was there was definitely like ups and downs in our relationships, but at the end of the day, I've always considered him a friend first, especially the amount of times that we played together. Video games, we both have that passion behind it. So, and I'm a competitive person, Bern's a competitive person, and that shit, it's beautiful when the competition is just non-stop. It makes it more fun, man. But yeah, he's a cool dude, and the cool thing about Bern is that he's always been driven. Like, he has goals, and they've been the goals that he's had when he started to as long as I've known him, which has been almost 5 years now. And I've heard his old work when he was younger. It's been the same thing, man. Music's his passion. Art is his passion. And everything around his life, he centers on his passion, people. So it's great seeing his transitions and his progress. And even though we don't play in the same band anymore, he comes to our shows. I would love to go to his if he lets me know when the fuck they are. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, man, knowing him, and he moved 3 blocks away from me, so I can whoop his ass in Street Fighter anytime I want.
Don't want to waste your time. Hey, step up to me, you wanna be a big time player, it's not to be. Look at that chance to be like you. All the pain and the suffering I've gone through. You like yourself with evil. I hope it fucks you up. No! Step up to me! No! Step up to me! No! Step up to me! No! Step up to me!
Yeah. So we rolling? Alright, we can start from day one. The whole atmosphere was weird because nobody knew anybody. We were all different personalities. You know, one guy's nuts, one guy's just weird. And, and I'm just in the corner with a 40 ounce just looking like, okay, all right, well, we'll make something of it. And we wound up writing, I can't remember which song. Was it Lost first? Or Eye for Eye? So, okay, cool. So, you know, but then we gelled, especially once we started doing shows, it gelled so perfectly. You know, especially everybody would talk about how me and Bern interact, you know, typical lead singer, lead guitarist kind of thing, you know. So, but that's the whole thing. We were very energetic. We always put on a show. Even when we didn't feel like it. We're tired from work, or in my case, maybe I'm drunk and tired, or whatever the case. We always once it's showtime, it's showtime. Like, all right, we got to do it. All right, boom, boom, boom. You know. So, and then yeah, it was good times. You know. So, yeah.
So Chris and I was in a band, and you know, we were just like, oh, what the hell we got ourselves into? Well, when I first met Chris, it's funny because he was in the corner, like he was drinking his beer and everything, and I'm sitting there looking at him, and I'm like, okay, what's this dude about? And then, you know, Joe, you know, like he's Casper as can be. That's what I call Joe. He's Casper because he's white as shit. So, you know, he's like, okay, so, you know, this is how the band's gonna be and everything and all this and that and that. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So now there's Pete, shy little kid in the corner. And then I met Carlos later on, and I was like, okay, and that's how I became Undermine X. But it's weird though, you know, like it's what Chris was saying, how certain things were, you know, like when we did things on stage, and I didn't know how this was going to be, you know, everything just mashed in together, like everything just came together after that, you know, and we were like, okay, so now when the band progressed, you know, we did like shows, like it's crazy. Our first show opening for, guess, Quiet Riot. If you don't know who Quiet Riot is, they're a famous 80s band. And I was like, this can't be right. We opening for Quiet Riot? I was fucking excited. I was very excited. And you know, I hope we performed great, but we can't outdo the original band, like Quiet Riot. You know, like come on, feel the noise, girls, rock your voice. So that was pretty cool in my thoughts, you know. And then after that, you know, things bumped up from us in Undermine X, and we was tearing up shows. I'm surprised we never got signed, you know, but hey, it is what it is. We still an underground band that we were doing what we were doing back then. So yeah, those are good old days.
Everybody fucking knuckle out!
Excuse me, miss. What are your thoughts on Bern as an artist?
Oh, okay. Jack of all trades. And I'm not going to say jack of all trades, master of none, because he concentrates on each individual thing. So if you do one thing at a time and concentrate on each as you're doing it, you can be a master of more than one thing. So he directs his short films, directs and acts in short films. He has his music and graphic art. I turned around and now he's doing graphic art. It's like he's a fountain of artistry. If there was no art, if he couldn't do art, he'd probably cease to exist. So that's what I think. I think he's great. I think everything he puts his mind to, he executes. Like 100%. Great. So,
Okay. Thank you, miss.
Sing along. Yeah, sing along. It's the same old team. In your head, there's no morning. What that takes in their bones, in their bones, in their guns. In your head, they're all burning. With your head, yeah. Zombie, hey, hey, what's in your head? With your head, yeah. Zombie, hey, hey, hey. Boss,
There is one time when I was with Under My Ex, we met. We went to go see Seven Dust, and it was some other bands. I can't remember all the names, but funny story though. Joe, he went to me. He came up to me. He goes, "Yo, we're gonna see LeJean." Oh, okay, cool. He says, "No. You gotta see him." I was like, "What are you talking about? We all gotta see him." No. He's gonna see us and he ain't gonna pay us no mind. We throw you in front, he's gonna notice you more than the other ones. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So sure enough, LeJean just finished talking to all these two guys or whatever. So they threw me in the front. It was Froggy, Pete, and Joe in the back. So he looks at them, sees me in the front, and he goes, "Hey brother, how you doing?" Really? So that's the joke of it, you know. So messed up.
Creatures condemned to dwell in the void between the worlds. One who wakes shall be given 3 wishes. Upon the granting of the 3rd, the unholy legions shall be freed upon the earth. Fear one thing only in all that is. Fear.
After his death, there were reports that he was seen walking at night. It was said he killed the living to drink their blood. They opened his grave, and it was found empty. His It's the first known case of vampirism.
Right now, little child, I smell your blood. It's sweet and smooth. Come now, I'm ready to take
feel like I've finished in music. I feel like I'm not finished yet. I feel like I got a lot to give, you know. I want to do more. I really want to do more, and I feel like I got a lot to give. I don't know. I just can't stop. You create. You just can't stop. You know, I gotta keep going.